Today we will look at the use of first, second, and third person point of view in English. First person is written from the speaker's point of view. The pronoun I or we is used from the position of the speaker or writer. An example is, I gave the dog a bone. Second person text tells what you have done or ought to do. For example, you gave the dog a bone. Third person is told from the perspective of someone outside of the story. The pronouns he, she, it, or they are used. An example is, she gave the dog a bone. First person is the most common form used in speech. Second person is used as a form of instruction. And third person is used as narration to express the view and knowledge of the narrator. In some languages, person or point of view is usually communicated with a prefix or suffix, not a separate word. You should do what is most natural in your language. Furthermore, in some languages, including Greek, using the separate word for the personal pronoun indicates a special emphasis on that pronoun. Do what is natural and accurate in your own language instead of using a separate word simply because the English text did so. It is important to note that sometimes in the Bible, the text changes from writing in the first person to the third person. You might not be able to do that in your language and should stay with one or the other. Let us look at an example. Psalms 89, 5-8 reads, "The heavens praise your wonders, Lord, your faithfulness too, in the assembly of the holy ones. For who in the skies above can compare with the Lord? Who is like the Lord among the heavenly beings? In the council of the holy ones, God is greatly feared. He is more awesome than all who surround him. Who is like you, Lord God Almighty? You, Lord, are mighty, and your faithfulness surrounds you." Do you see how it changes back and forth from addressing God directly, you, to talking about him in the third person, he? Many of the Psalms do this. Let us look at another example. In Job chapter 40, verse 6-9, God speaks, first calling himself I, then referring to himself in the third person. Then the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm. "Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Would you discredit my justice? Would you condemn me to justify yourself? Do you have an arm like God's, and can your voice thunder like his?" Often when Jesus is teaching, he uses the second person. Sometimes the instruction will switch to a third person pronoun, such as the passage that reads in Luke chapter 13, verse 15. Then the Lord answered him, "You hypocrites, does not each of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or his donkey from the manger and lead it away to water it?" In those cases, some languages might need to say you to keep the meaning clear. Remember to do what is most natural in your own language. This now ends the lesson on how to best translate the use of first, second, and third person into your own language.